So now we are on YouTube too. So hello people from YouTube. My name is Gabriele and are you guys this immersion here? Today we are going to talk about things that are not my business but I but I wish they were. So I'll explain a little bit how TNT works. TNT is a language platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced speakers. All immersion meetings are not regular classes, so I'm not a teacher, I'm a student. And this is a place to practice English in a real environment, all right? So we have a topic to discuss about, we have some questions to guide this immersion, and we have some rules to follow to make this moment more enjoyable. The first rule is to be respectful. The second rule is don't be afraid to make mistakes. Remember that here we are in a safe place, so feel free to make mistakes here. If you don't remember some word in English, please tell it in Portuguese, no problem. It happens with me, okay? And the third rule is to have fun. So at the first moment, we have the first question that I invite you to introduce yourself. So I will start here. So as I mentioned it before, my name is Gabriele, but you can call me Gabi. I'm 32 years old. I live in Rio de Janeiro, but I was born in Pelotas, a city in the south of Rio Grande do Sul. Um, I'm a food engineer and I work as a science entrepreneur, so I have my own business focused on ingredient solutions for the plant-based market. I'm here on Talk and Talk since 2021, but I started here as a host last year. And in my free time, I really like to stay with my friends, hang out with them, or just stay at home watching movies and series, listening podcasts or just move my body. I really like to do exercise, for example, running. I'm a passionate about running and yoga and gym. So that's a little bit about me, and I'd like to invite you, Elias, to introduce yourself, please.
Okay, I'm Elias. I'm 37. I live in Teresópolis. Teresópolis is a small city from Rio de Janeiro state. It takes about two hours from Rio capital. Brazilian Football Club, CBF, is here. Brazilian Football Club is our. Um, I work with IT since 2008. It's over 16 years. On my free time, I like to listen to music. Sometimes I watch some movies in English. Actually, there is more than 2 months that I don't watch anything, but I enjoy. I'm here on Talk Talk since uh, I started Talk Talk in 2020 for 6 months and came back again last year in November, October, November. And I also be a host here on Talk Talk since I think April. And two curiosities about me. I eat almost everything. Then if you, I don't know, if you invent something like in Portuguese, suco de quiabo, okay, I will try. After that, I decide see if I enjoy or not. Another thing, I'm a software engineer, okay, but I already I'm study theology too. And in theology, we study some languages like Hebrew and Greek. And I have already studied Hebrew. That's a Holy Bible. No, I can't talk. I can't talk. Okay, but I have already studied. Then in the first verse in English, in the beginning, God has created heaven and the earth. Bereshit bara Elohim et hasamayim ve'et haaretz. It's the first verse in the Holy Bible, for example. Okay, it's about me.
Oh my God, there's a lot of things fun about you. And as I understand before, you can read the Bible in Hebrew, but
No,
you can.
Yes,
Okay.
because the first verses, the first book, we study a lot, then I decorate something, some phrases,
Ah, okay, okay.
but I can't. But curious about Hebrew, that's usually the correspondence between the speech and the written in the speaking is almost the same, all the same. We have the vowel and consonant. Different from English, that we have a lack of correspondence in some words. Words like with T, sound, thoughts, for example, law, in English.
Okay. So nice to know about it. I have no idea about it. So, Samantha, can you introduce yourself and share something fun about you?
Hey, okay. Well, I am Samantha. I'm 34 years old. I'm living in São Paulo city. And about my professional, I am accountant, and I work with international accounting. I'm working accounting from Brazil and then on other countries too. I'm live alone because my family is very, very big. I I prefer live alone, praise God. And besides English, I study French, I study Spanish. I would like to be a polyglot in the future. And if all okay with my French is my last language I am studying, I would like to learn Italian and German language. I don't know if you can, but I try. I try. And I'm single. I wouldn't like to marry yet. The married is the people got choose it to be a married. My life is just job, study, and travels. And I am artificial intelligence enthusiast, and then I'm study artificial intelligence to improve my department in the finances, in the accounting, in the corporate companies. And I like to travel another countries, to know about other cultures, to know about other peoples. My first travel was to Paris, and then in the Paris, I can communicate in English, but my second time, yeah, I believe that I will be able to speak in French. I'm try for it. Um, and what's it? Um, I like the beach. I like to the Turk series. I love the Turk series. For me is a different culture to know, and this is it. I don't know more. I can explain about me.
So nice to know about you, Samantha. I started to study French in pandemic into 2020, but I confess that I passed through 1 year studying every day French, and I could talk in French, I could read in French, I could listen in French, but nowadays I forgot everything. So I need to restart again and put the French in my daily life to remember the words. But something that I really like that I always remember is the how to count the numbers because it's totally different in
Yeah,
Portuguese and in English, for example.
yeah,
So one day I will start to to study again with the same frequency as I did in the past, but nowadays it's impossible. I have a lot of things to do. But I
yeah,
maybe I can put some moments in my day in French, like music or a podcast. It's a two language, and my boyfriend speaks um how to say I forgot how to
German.
German
Yeah,
German yeah. Because his father is German and I can't understand anything. For me, it's so difficult to understand.
Yeah, the challenge of French is because the French is similar in English, but what's the change is the pronunciation. For example, you have any words that is the same in English, but change the pronunciation in English. And then when you I study and or practicing the conversations, you start in French and finish in English. Is very is very difficult. I understand you. I know. I know. And about the numbers, you must think with mathematics because
Great.
it is very different. So have the numbers, you have the calculate and not say the numbers. Is strange for me. But the French is my child dream because since I was a child, I have a dream to know more about French, about Paris, about French cultures. And but the French is more expensive to pay than English. And then I start study English the first is because I have the job and I work with another countries, and then I have to improve more English first, and then after I see that I improve better my English. My perceptive is the English the French is more easy when you know to speak English, because how the language is more similar. If you try to learn the French first, can be the difficult. But I try. But I believe the German is more difficult than French.
I
I
The
believe
believe
people,
I will cry when I will start.
the people used to say that French is more easy, is easier to understand, but it's harder when we talk about to
Yeah, yeah, and have difference when, for
pronounce it.
example, when you speaking with a French speakers is more different when you speak the Canadian speakers. The pronunciation change, but the strong difference in speaking. For example, for me, the French is more accent is more strong than Canadian speaking. For me, they understand the Canadian speaker is more easy, but I will try to understand another speaks from other countries. For example, Belgium, the Denmark, and I know that another countries that speak French.
yeah. Ricardo, can you introduce yourself, please?
Sure. I'm sorry for my late.
No, no problem.
Yeah, I'm Ricardo. I live at São Vicente, is a small city of São Paulo State, South Coast. São Vicente is the first city of Brazil. I'm married. I have a daughter. Well, I love watching movies and TV shows, hang out with my friends, family, and well, I work as a volunteer. I host on Talk and Talk too, Saturday, 10 o'clock. If you want, go ahead, enjoy.
Did you start this month
I'm
as a
sorry?
host here? Did you start as a host here this month?
No, I believe that I'm not remember, but precisely, but I believe that's a couple of months ago.
Oh, that's so
Ri-
nice.
Ric-
I will
Ricardo
participate
started
in
with me. I think in March or April.
Oh, yeah.
We started
that. Okay.
together the same month.
Oh, that's so nice. I will participate in your immersion, guys. And our immersion, Elias, is when is your immersion?
My mention is on Monday, 8 a.m. and
Okay.
Friday, Monday, Friday.
Oh, so nice. It's English for beginners and
Yeah, Monday is general and Friday for beginners.
okay, okay. Thank you. And last but not least, Swelling, can you introduce yourself and share something fun about you, please?
Sure. My name is Suelen. I live in Vazante, Minas Gerais. It's near Uberlândia, around 300 kilometers. And I'm working at Câmara Municipal here. Last year, I was living in Patos de Minas, and I love to study English. I've been studying English around 4 years. It's a long time, but I'm improving my speaking when I stopped to study in a traditional school because I wasn't able to speak there a lot. And yes, I've been studying this for around 4 years. And I try to study just a little every single day. And mainly I'm listen to podcasts. Yes, né? Listen to podcasts a lot to improve my listening. Yes, I try every single day, just a little.
That's so nice, Suelen. So, guys, let's move on to the second question. The question number two is, what's your one thing you've always wondered about your neighbors? I confess that I don't know too much about my neighbors, but in my case, I'd like to know about the routine of my neighbors that have a dog, and I don't know why, but I think uh, she she goes to the street to how to say to to walk with her dog at least five the 5 times per day, and I don't know why she do, this why does it because her dog is so calm, and I can imagine that her dog needs to go to the walk for um, many times a day. So I'm so interested about it. Maybe one day I will ask to her about his her attitude to go to the street and walk with her dog for 30, 40 minutes, but a lot of times during the day. And you, Elias, what's one thing you've always wondered about your neighbors?
There is a specific neighbor that say I want to know if he don't like me and my wife. Cause it's a girl. It's not a too old. No, it's a I don't know, maybe 20 something. But this girl, we went to the same church. We went to the same gym. We live in the same in the same. It's not the same block, but it's in the same condominium. But she just don't tell with us, and neither uh, nothing, no one compliments, no good morning, good afternoon, nothing. Never hello, nothing. But I don't know, the girl know that we went to go to the same church, because in the church I uh, I was a secretary for a long time, more than 10 years. Then I know a lot of people know me. A lot of people talk with me. Not okay. If no one is have to spend a lot of time talking, exchange ideas, but just hello. But this girl, I don't know why, pass for me and my wife and don't say nothing. Understand? And then usually me and my wife went to the gym in the same schedule. We went to the gym by car. Okay, I drive, but see, we don't want to give a ride for her, cause her just talk nothing to I don't know why.
Maybe she's shy, maybe she don't have
No,
voice. I don't
she's
know.
not.
I'm just
She
kidding.
she is not shy because she's talking with another person on the gym, another person on the church, on the condom. She's not shy.
Oh, she's not polite, I think so.
Yes, it's not
I'm
polite.
just judging. Yeah. It's curious because it's a specific thing that she does with us, but this behavior is not the same for the other people in the church, in the gym, all right? So
Yeah.
it's curious. I'm interested to know too. And you, Samantha?
Well, now it. Um, but my neighborhood, I believe, is very strange because the neighbors don't have more relationship. Is more inside in their house. Um, I live in front of the child daycare, and then I don't have more contact with my neighbors. And I know I live in Portuguese it says I live in Zona Leste, ZL, and sometimes have for example have a lot of problems with the sound very loud. And then during the weekend, the after 10 p.m., you sometimes can hear the funk or samba or pagode, and sometimes have a lot of problems with it. But about my the neighborhood where I live here, I don't know more information to say that, because I don't know about the my neighbors. It's strange in my street.
One thing that I'm curious about my neighbors, it's not about my all my neighbors, but I'm curious about uh the space that they live because my apartment is so tiny, and I'm curious about if the other apartments in the same floor have the same how to say weight, tamanho, the same weight. I don't know if the same
Eyes,
time. Yeah, size. Correct,
same
Ricardo. The
size.
same
Oh,
size.
okay.
And because another one day I'm talking with a neighborhood of mine, and she told me that her apartment is so tiny, and she lived with 3 people. So I don't know, guys. For me, this space is so small, and I can't imagine more people living in the same space as mine. So I don't know. I'm curious about it, but I I think all my neighborhoods don't pass a lot of time at home because my floor is so in a silence. I can I don't I don't see my neighbors every day, for example, except my neighbor that have the dog that I mentioned that before. But the other ones, I don't know, guys. And you, Ricardo?
Well, sometimes I became uh, curious curious about my neighbors, uh, how they live, or not think some special, but I was thinking when you are talking about, and the relationship became different along of these years, lately. when I was a kid, is much more common that people interact each other. And for example, when I live in another city, I was a kid, my neighbor, the door neighbor, so uh, we stay in other house a lot of times. It's common enjoy parties or other stuff. Sometimes we watched movies together in the other place because there are kids too, not so young, but sometimes I play them and play soccer too. So yeah, it's much more. Yeah, I'm became friends. I and they continue until today. And unfortunately, it's my fault sometimes, but nowadays it's different. I just uh, go out and go in my apartment, and yeah, I sometimes I introduce myself for my neighbors, but it's different. It's different. The people nowadays just uh, don't interact anymore.
Yeah,
So,
I confess that I have the same perception. When I live in my hometown, many years ago, when I was a child, the relationship with the neighbors is totally different than nowadays. We can pass time together. We sit in the street and talk together. And all my when my aunt all the my birthday all the all my birthday, not my birthday, guys, all my aunt birthdays. uh she
yeah,
invited all the neighborhood to go to went to her party, and it was so fun. And nowadays we can talk with
I don't know, but sometimes
our
I
neighbors.
think that the things are were cheaper. Huh? And I don't know, the expectative is different too. For example, if you cut a bread and put meat, that's wonderful for the kids. But nowadays it's different because it's necessary to have candies and the other stuff. So I don't know. And so in this case, the people don't use it to uh, invite the people from a party. The party is just, I don't know, 5 or 10 people at
Yeah,
so it's became the things became different nowadays.
exactly. So, guys, let's move on to the question number three. Samantha, have you ever wanted to know the full story about an sorry, full story behind a mysterious social media post?
Yeah, a lot of history. A lot of history. In social media, nowadays have a lot of issues because you have the different posts about religions, the different posts about politicians, economics, and I like to know stories about their other lives, personal lives. And in any groups, I am participating in Instagram and Facebook. You know, I can create any histories in the social media, right? So the one biggest history is was about the family problem when the mother doesn't like her son, and she posted about the problem with her mother when she received the international opportunity to work. She lives in Brazil, but she receives the job offer in the USA, and her mom doesn't like it. because she prefers controls her son, and she started the history and she doesn't finish. And we ask her, finish the history, tell me more, I am curious, but the she doesn't finish it. But is the one of the history. But we have I try to pay attention because the social media is more dangerous, because you just touch the page, and you don't work, don't sleep, don't eat, and don't anything. And I try to control more my time in social media, but these are the big one histories. We try to understand the final, but I can't, unfortunately.
I'm so curious about that. And one thing that I'd like to know behind the science, the scene is the when you follow someone, for example, on a digital influence, and she posts all the morning routine, doing a lot of things, and I'd like to know about the specific time that she did it, everything, because for me it's impossible to do a lot of things in a short time as she she passed the image of it, you know. So for me it's impossible. For me, she uh, when she make the video talking about it, she passed all the day doing it. It's not just 2 hours in the morning going to the gym, cooking and working and meditation and what else? A lot of things. For me, it's impossible, and I'd like to know about the specific time, the specific period that she pass. Does the things that she mentioned at the not she, but all the influence that do it. And another thing is when people that we know uh, post something, not post, delete all the photos on Instagram when his boyfriend or his girlfriend, and we don't know what happens. So why he did it? Why she or he did it? I'd like to know about it. I'm curious. And we most time we don't know about the history. It's just maybe they broke up, but we don't know what was the motivations of it. But it's just curious things in life. It's not a thing that make
I
me
try the moderate
career.
the Instagram, for example, because the Instagram is the unreal life. All the
Yeah,
people are very happy every day, every time. I'm travel every time. I have a perfect life. But I believe the when you don't moderate the using the social media can be very dangerous for yourself, for myself. And then I try to moderate the time, moderate the what is informations I see, what is the people I follow, what the subjects I concentrate. For example, it's okay, you travel, post your photos, your pictures, you when you go to the restaurant, post your the better food, but when you don't use it with moderate, sometimes can be not good for your emotional life. The social media is very dangerous sometimes.
yeah,
This
I
is my
agree with you.
opinion.
No, I am agree with you. And you, Elias?
I don't use social media too much. I don't have Facebook, Instagram, uh, X, né? I don't have. But I use just LinkedIn. It's not exactly mysterious about mysterious post, but a very famous post about a company that the employee published a message the from his boss that the boss told if it happen again, the emissions will be occurred. Then I don't know what's happened with this guy. I think he left the company. He decided to left the company, not got fired. And I really want to know what happened with the boss. I know that the guy receives some offers from SpaceX and other companies, but nowadays I don't know where is the guy, if he's working, if it's the same company, I don't know. I have a curiosity to know what's happened with this situation. What happened with the boys and the guy that exposed the boys in the social media, in LinkedIn.
Yeah. And the same thing that I mentioned in about Instagram happens on LinkedIn because I don't know, guys. I really like to explore LinkedIn, but sometimes I feel bad sensation reading the post because every people there, it's like, oh my god, I really like my job. I really love my job. I get a promotion. I get a lot of good things in my work, and all the things are so good. And in the same way that we post on Instagram, we just share the uh best part of life. And on LinkedIn, it's like, oh, I just shows the best part of my work. And sometimes it's not good because you can read, for me, for example, I read a lot of things there, and I don't feel good. It's like, oh my god, everyone is it everyone is good in your work, but I have a lot of problems, a lot of difficulties that I need to pass through, and I can't imagine that all the people are not living the same thing that as me. And yeah, sometimes it's difficult to handle the things that people post there. And it's like the same in Instagram or Facebook, but in a social media that are focused on work. All right. And you, Ricardo?
Well, probably I became curious about some posts, but I don't remember. And the most part of the time, I just use social media for watching shorts, short videos. Yeah, fun things, sometimes jokes or other stuffs. Even because some people normally, lately, the people, well, my friends or the people that I know don't post many what's mean many information, just the guys just post photos, uh, and sometimes the photo is, yeah, as the quotation, a photo speak more than a thousand words, so in this case, the most part of the time, the posts are conclusive. So, but yeah, certainly in the past, I don't remember right now, but in the past, the guys could post some photo or some message that I became curious and I didn't understand. That's it.
Thank you for sharing, Ricardo.
Thank you.
Guys, let's to move on to the question number 4. Elias, what's the mystery about your childhood that you wish someone would finally explain? Do you have a mystery about your childhood? A specific thing?
I think not. I don't. I can't remember.
In my case, I can share something. I remember that some Christmas. I think maybe 3 or 4 Christmas when I was a child, my cousin put the Noel's cloth, the Santa Claus, and she passed as a Santa Claus in my house and bring me presents. But I remember that it was so festive. For example, we are in the same, my cousin and all my relatives are in the same table, have a dinner, and maybe she disappeared in a certain moment. She disappeared, and the Santa Claus arrived, and I, all many time after this, my mom told me that she was the Santa Claus that bring me the present. She not my mom, my cousin. My cousin was the Santa Claus, but I can't I can't imagine how it worked because it was so fast. In one moment, my cousin, is in the same side as me, and she disappeared, and then she appeared as a Santa Claus. And when the Santa Claus arrived our home, she appeared again. And I can't imagine that what was the process, why she did it, and how she did it. I don't know. This is the mystery that I like to know more as an adult about what is the process. Can create all these things. Can delegate to my cousin to be the Santa Claus in our uh, Christmas. Yeah, it's just it. And you, Samantha.
About my childhood, I don't think anything. I don't have the anything to finally now. No, I don't have.
And you, Ricardo, do you have a mystery about your childhood?
Uh, well, yeah, I'm not sure if you just Santa Claus maybe, or the most part of the mystery was solved because I became an adult, or a teenager. Because, for example, there is a blonde on the bathroom, or I don't know, a lot of uh, mysteries is just bullshit, and it's just about there are significant because I'm a kid. I was a kid, so yeah. But yeah, I don't remember. Uh, I'm certain mystery that uh, I wanted to discover or wanted to solve, because yeah, the most part of the time is just common sense, and I don't know. That's it.
Guys, I'm seeing the questions that we need to discuss, but unfortunately, time is running, so I skip some questions and go to the question number. Let me see, number 11, and then the number 14 because I think it's a good one. But the number 11, what secret recipe from a favorite restaurant do you wish you could learn? You, Ricardo.
Uh, Let me see. Uh, yeah, I don't use it to use diary, or something. It's well, when I was a kid, just normally just women use. But
No, it's the question number 11,
oh, I'm sorry,
Ricardo.
sorry. Yeah,
About
what's
the secret recipe from a
No-
favorite in your restaurant?
Well, I don't know. Probably yet, but I don't remember right now. Oh, yeah, I remember not a restaurant, but from a friend of mine used to do a wonderful dessert, and the I a long time ago I sent a message for my friend and they requested the recipe. So I'm not sure if he forgot or if he don't want to send the messages into the recipe, but is a wonderful chocolate dessert, and yeah, I would like to do myself. So, but unfortunately, I don't receive the recipe.
And you, Samantha?
Well, I like Italian food, and I don't know if he had translations this word, but I like the risotto, and in restaurants I like to go there the weekend, have caprese risotto. For me is very very nice, and me and my friends we have a combination that one times per month we have to know about new restaurants, new places to eat. And this restaurant is nearby my neighborhood, and the caprese risotto is very 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 nice. I would like to know the recipe to cook in my house. And this is it. For me, the risotto is the better life of food in the world.
I really like risotto too. And you,
Yeah,
Elia?
perfect.
There is a restaurant that serves some piece of cake, but the cakes of this is I think it's a French restaurant. I think it's it. The name is Chevaux, things like that in my city. There is some cakes that are made not with flour, but with rice flour. Then the cake is very I, how can I say very light, the very different. The taste is very different. Then my favorite is a cake with I don't know the name in English, but em português, é bolo de chocolate com recheio de damasco, uva passa e ganache por cima.
Yeah,
I really want to know how to cook this cake. It's very very delicious. I don't enjoy desserts, very very sweet desserts. I enjoy desserts with more more tastable less sugar.
Yeah, I'm curious with some some recipes similar to you, but not about cake, but about ice cream, because there is a famous place here in Rio that um, um, sell sell ice cream, and I don't know, the texture is totally different than the other ones that I ate before. The flavors it's different, and it's so addictive too. And I need to control myself to don't eat it every week because it's so delicious. And I'd like to know about what they put on these ice creams that are so delicious and so addictive. So, guys, just to finish our immersion, I'd like to ask you the question 14. Samantha, have you ever wanted to know what someone really thought about you? Thought thought about you. What someone thought about you?
Mm, this is a good question. Oh my gosh. What someone talk about? Um, I don't know. I don't know how to say. I don't know. I don't have words.
And you, Ricardo, what have you ever wanted to know what someone really thought about you?
Mm, yeah, I don't know. Uh, mm, yes, I believe that. I believe that all the people have this kind of uh, interest. I'm not sure if it's good because sometimes it's not a good thing because well we are humans and normally we commit mistakes. So in this case, it's not so good. I believe that the most part of the time, the best analysis is from yourself because I'm not sure if the other person have the enough knowledge and the enough patience to analyze, understand. Yeah, so in this case, it's better you try to analyze and check if people that you really trust and try to analyze because another person sometimes just want to destroy you. Yeah, destroy is a I don't know, a strong word, but sometimes the people don't really interested in analyze you and provide good advices. So that's it.
Yeah, sometimes when you have intimacy to ask someone about what they think about you, it's a good way to know. Uh, for example, when you have I don't know a long time friendship or a colleague. For example, in my case, I'd like to know about what what some what my team really thought about me as a leader. And sometimes I don't feel comfortable to ask them about it, but I think it's necessary as a team. It's necessary to have an open conversation about it and to know about what they they think about me as a leader, if I can improve some aspect to be a better leader, or if it's okay as the way that I'm leading with the team. Think about that, just to to get some information about my how to say my position as a leader, because for me it's a recent position that I have, and I'd like to know. I'd like to have this feedback, all right, to really know about it to improve myself. And you, Elias,
Yes, sometimes we thought about it, but usually I don't care about the another thoughts about me because I don't know. I try to do my best and I try to follow the rules of the environment. For example, here on TikTok, as a host, we have some rules. If I'm sure that okay, I'm following the rules, I'm doing good. Okay, sometimes I need some feedback, but on my job too, if I know the rules, if I know the values about the values of the company, on the church, if I know the values of the Holy Bible, okay, I don't care too much about what people think about me. Some feedback is good, but the excess of feedback is not good. I don't need a confirmation all the time. Understand?
yeah, I agree with you, Elias. I totally agree with you. We don't need a confirmation all the time about where we are going. I totally agree with you. And about feedbacks, guys, I put on the chat a survey about this immersion. Samantha, at the end of each immersion, you receive a survey to to respond, And we can put a note for this immersion from 1 to 10 and put some comments about what was your perception about the immersion, what do you feel, how do you feel, if you enjoy or not, and put some ideas for topics that we are interested to discuss about. And I will consider all these things and bring the topics that you suggest to me and try to improve this moment for you. Okay, guys?
Okay.
So, unfortunately, our time is ends, and I'd like to thank you for your time with me. Hope you enjoy the rest of week. And if I don't see you in another immersion here, so have a good rest of week, have a good weekend, and bye bye. Thanks for your time.
Thanks for
Bye
your
bye.
time.
Guys.